from the JBT is that you are undermanned. I think that's the one that I can observe because I have that experience also. You have only one head of the screening committee. I think there's one. There is no deputy. You have Attorney Capacite. She has no deputy. You have a lot of applicants, sometimes hundreds of applicants, interviewing all these applicants. I do not know where you get your energy interviewing all these applicants. I think that's the first one that we have to resolve if I will come here. And I will need your inputs because I said I come from a different world. What I can only say is that probably I will continue leading by example.
We are also passionate. Imagine all of us are over septuagenarian. About more than 70, 71, 72.
Yeah, you're wrong. Well, when you are getting older, Your Honor, you try to mellow down. Nagme-mellow ka pag tumatanda na eh. So, mas maganda yun.
So, what are your thoughts on your application process?
The process here, Your Honor, that you have undertaken, well, I hope you will understand our comments, because the comments is that there are too many documents that we have to submit. No? Why is there a need to submit a police clearance or NBI clearance when you're already a sitting justice? That's number one. Why do we have to come up with all these requirements like decision and so on, output and so on, when they can be readily accessed from from our data? Nandun naman lahat yun eh. So ang sinasabi ko lang po, dapat sana i-simplify yung process. If the vacancy is a Chief Justice, then isi-simplify lang because we have been here already for a long time. And I think that's what you did, and we are thankful for that. But it became a little bit late when we received that information. I have already prepared my applications at that time, but we thank you for that, Your Honor. Now, to the applicants from the RTC going to the Court of Appeals, then probably we have also to reduce the documentary requirements, because I know that the screening committee will have a hard time if you have 100 applicants reviewing all these documents, Your Honor. There will be a delay in the interview of all these applicants. Kaya we thank you for simplifying the application of justices to the position of the Chief Justice, Your Honor.
Well, we have improved the JVC website, and we have also this online application scheduler.
Yeah.
Can you add any
I
to
think
this
I
program of the JVC now?
Of course, you have to increase your. You mean comments on the program of the JVC now, Your Honor? Yeah, of course, your website. I was there when it was introduced by you and discussed by Justice Noel. That's a good. In fact, my proposal in all courts should now be automated because it has been effective in all e-courts in Metro Manila. So I appreciate the adoption of automation, opening up a website of the Judicial Bar Council instead of calling up, and then you can always the website, and then you know what are the vacancies and what are the deadlines. And I also appreciate, Your Honor, that in spite of your limited resources, you were able to achieve the objective of as much as possible. Make the recommendation of qualified applicants for the vacancies in the judiciary. Ang yun lang po, ang sabi ko nga, I think kulang kayo po ng personnel eh. Sa tingin ko po, ang hirap kumuha po ng plantilla. Even in the Supreme Court, pag kumuha ko ng plantilla, you have to submit that to the DBM for approval eh.
So everything will be automated, including presiding judges and presiding justices?
Yes, Your Honor. That's my proposal. For the information of the body, Your Honor, there are now automated courts in Metro Manila. We now send e-subpoena to government offices, to policemen. In fact, we are now including in our rules on civil procedure and also in the rules on evidence that we will not be using e-subpoena, no? And processes will all be through internet or email. Talaga, dapat automated na lahat, Your Honor.
And how could you maximize technology and social media in the Supreme Court?
May I beg your indulgence, Your Honor? What's the-
Yes, how could you maximize technology and social media in the Supreme Court?
Maximize technology, Your Honor? Well, in disseminating what we have been doing, is that correct? Okay. Well, we can use the Public Information Office, Your Honor, through automation. You can send through social media what we have been doing. We can do that, Your Honor.
And can you describe your leadership style? How do you move or steer people in the direction you wish?
As a private person,
Even for a private or a professional?
well, it is if in the judiciary, in the Supreme Court, Your Honor, of course you have to argue your position so that your position will be accepted by the others. You have to very well argue your position in order to convince the others. In my private capacity, Your Honor, pag ako nagko-convince, medyo you have to be cordial with the person you are talking to so that the other person will listen to you. Because if you are not cordial with the other person, then probably you cannot convince the person to be with you. Now, if however what is requested of you is something wrong or something illegal, immediately I tell him or not, do not talk to me. I do not like that. That's what I do. That's probably what they say. Probably yan pang sinasabi na arrogante ako po. Kasi pag may nagpapalap sa akin, yan ang sinasabi ko eh. And they say, oh, you have a case with your wife, you talk to me. What do you think of me? If my wife is strict, the husband is also strict. That's what I say. Kaya sa tingin ko, nami-misinterpret nila, di way ay pari. Mga ganun na request eh. Ngunit kung yung let's say, Justice Dado, have you read this case? Can you share it with me? I share it with them, Your Honor. Can you deliver a lecture on this? Yes, why not? Pag ganun naman, approachable ako eh. Kung arrogante po ako eh, I do not know how to deal with people, Your Honor. I could not have accepted all the requests of PILJA to deliver lectures out of reach ako sa family ko every 2 weeks per month, all these years, 4 years na po. Sabi ng misis ko, huminto ka na. Sabi mo, lahat. But I cannot say no eh. Ganun pa ako eh. Hindi ako, mahirap akong maghindi po. Kailan kong masama, ayun. That's, pare. Yun, marahil na nami-misinterpret nila.
And how do you gain the respect?
Of others, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
But all these years, Your Honor, as I said, I've been leading by example. I come to the office at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I do not tell my staff to report at 8 o'clock. Nahiya na lang sila. Ganun yun eh. At paggawa ko ng cup, supposed to be distributed this Christmas, as early as Christmas, and the one who produced it, what is your best quotation that we will place? You know what I place there? Lead by example. That is the best, I think, that should be, I think for me, that's the best thing that you can do if you want to lead people. You have to lead by example, Your Honor.
What are your thoughts on judicial legislation? It is in relation to the case of Republic versus Vergara, March 20, 1997.
Yeah, Your Honor, that's a good question, Your Honor. There were, just to give you example, we have to respect the work of the legislative, Your Honor, because of that's an independent branch of government. If the solution to the problem is through legislation, then that should be done, Your Honor. Because the legislative branch of government has been respecting us also. That in their laws, they see to it that the provisions of their laws do not interfere with the rule-making power of the Supreme Court under the Constitution. And, Your Honor, please, if you read my decision in the cases of Rolando Corpus, and also the cases of Colinares when I wrote a dissenting opinion,